Let me start by saying that I lead a pretty straight-edge lifestyle. So, I know for sure that what I experienced on New Year's Eve wasn't some drunken hallucination. It was real. I live on the outskirts of a small southern town, and some of my friends live even further out in the boondocks. One of those friends is Darren. Every year, his family hosts a New Year's Eve party at their large house deep in the woods. And it's always a night to look forward to. The weather had just turned cold, and the drive to Darren's house was as uncomfortable as ever. The road was uneven, narrow, and surrounded by towering trees that felt like they were closing in. I'm usually not a fan of driving with my brights on, but this time, I had no choice. Without them, I wouldn't have seen a thing. Then, I saw her. She was just standing there. No movement, no attempt to wave me down. Just standing, her back to the trees. A woman in a white dress that seemed far too thin for the cold weather. I thought about stopping, maybe to see if she needed help, but something told me to keep driving. I'm glad I did. When I arrived at Darren's house, it was all good vibes. Laughter, music, and the warmth of friends and family. I shook off the encounter with the woman, convincing myself she'd probably just been waiting for someone. The night was fun, and when the ball dropped, we all cheered. I stayed behind to help clean up, being one of Darren's closest friends. By the time I left, I was the last one there. I got in my car, started it up, and great, my low tire pressure light came on. I figured it was the cold weather messing with the sensors. I'd driven on worse, but as I made my way back down that same dark road, I knew something was wrong. I could hear it, a scraping, grinding sound. I pulled over, heart racing. Using my phone's flashlight, I checked all 4 tires. They weren't flat. They were shredded, not punctured. Shredded, like something had clawed them to pieces. My mind was racing. What could have done that? That's when it happened. Everything stopped. No breeze, no rustling leaves, no chirping bugs. Nothing. And then, a twig snapped. I'll never forget that voice. It was soft, quiet. It wasn't threatening, but that's what made it worse. It was like she knew something I didn't. I see you. I froze. Then she spoke again. Can you see me? My phone's flashlight caught her at the edge of the trees, her face in full view. Her gray hair hung down to her elbows, and her mouth, it was wrong. Half her jaw was missing. I ran. I didn't think. I ran. I heard her behind me. The sound of branches snapping and leaves crunching with every step. I didn't turn around. I didn't have to. I knew she was there. I made it back to Darren's house, banged on the door like a madman. His mom let me in, and I told them everything. Darren's dad called the police, but I knew she was still out there. Somewhere. I woke up at 3:14 a.m. to tapping on the window. I didn't move. I didn't breathe. Then I heard it. I see you. She'd followed me all the way here, and she'd found me. Again, they found a knife in the yard. It wasn't from Darren's house. It was hers. They never found her. But she's still out there,